Welcome to today's video, Rising from the Ashes, the inspiring story of Emily's triumph. In this story, we'll explore the incredible journey of one woman's battle through adversity and her relentless determination to rise above the challenges that life threw at her. This is a story about strength, courage, and the power of never giving up, no matter how difficult things may seem. Emily was born into a life of relative comfort. She grew up in a loving family, excelled in school, and had dreams of becoming a doctor. By the time she reached college, her path seemed clear. She was accepted into a prestigious medical school, and her future appeared bright. But, as life often does, things took a sharp turn that Emily never could have expected. In her second year of medical school, tragedy struck. Emily's mother was diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer. Her family's world was turned upside down. Emily, who had always relied on her mother for emotional support, suddenly found herself having to be the strong one, balancing her rigorous studies with the responsibility of caring for her sick mother. The weight of her responsibilities became overwhelming. Emily watched helplessly as her mother's health deteriorated, and within a year, she passed away. Emily was devastated. Her mother had been her best friend, her rock, and the person who had always believed in her dreams. After her mother's death, Emily spiraled into a deep depression. She struggled to concentrate in school and began questioning whether she was even capable of continuing her medical studies. The pain was too much to bear, and eventually, Emily made the difficult decision to drop out of medical school. It felt like a failure, but in that moment, she couldn't see another way forward. For months, Emily lived in a haze of grief and self-doubt. The person she had once been, driven, focused, and full of hope, seemed to have disappeared. But, as with all great stories of triumph, there comes a moment of awakening. For Emily, that moment came one afternoon when she was going through her mother's old belongings. She found a letter her mother had written to her before she died, but never gave her. In the letter, her mother wrote about her pride in Emily's accomplishments and, most importantly, urged her to keep going no matter what. Her mother's words echoed in Emily's heart. "Don't give up on your dreams, even when the world seems to be against you. You are stronger than you think." That letter became the spark Emily needed to turn her life around. She realized that her mother wouldn't want her to give up, and deep down, she didn't want to either. Emily decided to take control of her life once again. She knew she couldn't go back to medical school right away, so she started small. She focused on rebuilding her mental and physical health, going to therapy, and surrounding herself with supportive friends. Over the next year, Emily slowly regained her sense of purpose. She started volunteering at a local hospital, finding comfort in helping others, just as she had once dreamed of doing as a doctor. Being around patients and seeing the difference she could make, even in a small way, reignited her passion for medicine. With renewed strength, Emily made the bold decision to apply to medical school again. This time, she was driven not only by her original dream but by the memory of her mother and the lessons she had learned from her struggle. The road back wasn't easy. She faced rejection from several schools, but she didn't give up. Each rejection letter only made her more determined. Finally, after months of perseverance, Emily was accepted into a medical program. This time, she approached her studies with a deeper sense of purpose. She wasn't just doing it for herself. She was doing it for her mother and for every patient who needed someone who truly cared. The challenges were still there. Long hours, difficult exams, and the emotional toll of working in medicine, but Emily had become stronger through her struggles. She had learned how to cope with stress, how to ask for help when she needed it, and most importantly, how to believe in herself again. During her residency, Emily became known for her compassionate care. She connected with her patients in a way that few others did. Her own experiences with loss and grief had given her a unique perspective, and her patients could feel the genuine empathy she brought into every interaction. She wasn't just treating their illnesses, she was helping them heal as people. Years later, Emily fulfilled her dream of becoming a doctor. But her journey didn't stop there. She went on to specialize in oncology, the same field that had once caused her so much pain when her mother was sick. For Emily, this wasn't just a career choice, it was a calling. She wanted to honor her mother's memory by helping other families going through the same struggles she had faced. Emily's story is not just one of personal triumph, but one of giving back. She started a foundation in her mother's name to support cancer patients and their families, providing resources, emotional support, and financial assistance to those in need. Through her work, Emily has touched the lives of countless people, offering hope where there was once despair. As we come to the end of Emily's story, it's clear that her journey wasn't defined by the obstacles she faced, but by how she chose to overcome them. Life knocked her down, but she didn't stay down. She got back up, found her purpose again, and used her pain to fuel her passion for helping others. Emily's story reminds us all that no matter how dark things may seem, there is always a way forward. Sometimes the path to success isn't a straight line. Sometimes it's messy, filled with heartbreak, and takes longer than we'd like. But if we keep going, if we hold on to our dreams and believe in our strength, we can rise from the ashes, just like Emily did. Thank you for joining us today, and remember, whatever you're going through, you are stronger than you think. Keep pushing forward, because your story isn't over yet.